Hi everyone, my name is Brooke Olson. I am an occupational therapist with TheraPeeps Occupational Therapy Services in Mountain View, California. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm sitting here in my trunk in my driveway. So I wanted to introduce my business and myself to you all and help you to learn about what my services provide to families in the community. So I've been an occupational therapist for 25 years. I have worked all over the country, including working in outpatient sensory integration clinics, hospitals, inpatient hospitals, outpatient hospitals. I've worked in rehabs, school systems, and early intervention programs. The culmination of this has come to TheraPeeps Occupational Therapy Services. It's a mobile, community-based occupational therapy service, bringing occupational therapy services to people's homes and empowering parents to utilize the tools of occupation to help their children to improve and thrive. So I wanted to show you some of the tools that I use in my services and how I show parents how to integrate and weave these programs into their everyday lives so that outcomes come faster and parents are empowered and children don't need therapy for as long as they do in a typical setting. So first off, this is my trunk. As you can see, I have a lot of different things here. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that you can see it. So first of all, I always carry around a wheeling cart. This is great because I can put all of my stuff in it and then cart my stuff into the house. Or right now during COVID times, I'm actually seeing kids in their backyards or on their porch wearing a mask. In order to work on fine motor skills, which is really important for all sorts of things, including handwriting and using self-help skills like buttoning and zipping and tying shoes. I definitely have small games, portable games that I can use with the kids, and then parents often will either purchase or will find something in the home that they can use that will perform the same activity. So let's open this up and kind of see what I might use it as. So we might play a game, or I might do this and use Connect 4 in a totally different way. So perhaps I'll take a kid and I'll put them over a therapy ball, and I have the game in front of them, and then they have to pick up pieces and hold them in their hands and swirl them out to their fingertips to get them to put them into the slots. And so this is really important, obviously, for in-hand manipulation skills, which you need for buttoning and for writing. But it's also really important just for being able to play, right? Being able to do crafts or find occupations that kids really enjoy. So this is a great game, and I use it a lot with my kids. So that's one thing that I have. I also have some homemade games. So maybe I'm working on teaching kids how to about letters, but I'm integrating some fine motor skills into it. So I have this here corn cob poker that you put in the end of corn cobs, but I've adapted it with a little pencil grip so that it forces their fingers to hold it correctly. And then they're going to use it to outline or poke the letter Y today, perhaps. And they're going to really work on using flexion and extension of their fingers so that they can strengthen their hands. Right? Obviously this is under supervision because little children and pokey things are usually a little bit dangerous. Next on my list, I have fuse form beads. These are great for older kids. I might have the kids hold the beads in their hands and then swirl them out again to their fingertips to put them onto a pipe cleaner. I might change the diameter of the pipe cleaner. I might move it to a string. I might move it to a thread, depending on what I'm trying to get the kid to do, and the level of the child's ability to follow directions, right? Okay, so pencil grips, a whole box of them. I'm not a great proponent of pencil grips, but sometimes kids really need a pencil grip just to get them started, to use the right fingers for writing. Tons of different choices in here. I've got all different kinds of markers that I use. Sometimes I'm using smelly markers because they're give an extra olfactory sense to the child. So I'm working on writing with them. It will help them to really get engaged and really enjoy the activity. And then, of course, I have scissors. Now, there's all sorts of scissors in here, and I have regular scissors, but I also have adaptive scissors. Sometimes I use other means like little elastic bands to change how the scissors work or the resistance of the scissors. I have pencils. I have pencils that have different devices on them. Like this is a weighted pencil, so that it kind of gives a little feedback to the child's hand to help them write a little bit better. And this is great for kids who have some motor component or motor difficulties with dysgraphia. I have some little beads that I might work on using really controlled fine motor movements with tongs, and then maybe have them stack the beads on top of each other. Usually I do this on a table, obviously, but working on control and motor coordination, right? That's going to help them with eye-hand coordination. All these things are needed for activities of daily living, including handwriting. Okay. Moving on, I do lots with squirt bottles, right? Kids love squirt bottles, especially in the summertime and right now when it's pretty warm out. So we work a lot on squirting things, each other, or I'll use chalk to draw lines or letters on their patio, and then we squirt away the letters, right? So that the kids start to learn letter formation, and then also the chalk on the patio or on the concrete is strengthening to the child's hand. It also gives feedback to the child's hand to really help integrate and cement the letter formation into these kids' minds, right? All right, moving on, I'm gonna move on to strength. So lots of these kids that I work with, they're having problems with handwriting or fine motor skills or self-care skills because really they're very weak. And a lot of these kids are a product of lots of screen time, or perhaps they don't have the intrinsic motivation to want to engage with other children or with other people, or perhaps they have motor planning issues. So I carry around a weighted ball. This weighted ball is actually for a teenager. It's 15 pounds. And so I would work on lots of activities that would be strengthening, maybe taking the ball and putting it up on a shelf, or taking the ball and smashing it. Or we work on rotation of the body, because these kids might have some difficulty with crossing midline. All right, I have a scooter board in here. Again, lots of activities that I can do on the scooter board. I could spend a whole session on a scooter board working on strength and core strength and arm strength. They're getting some vestibular movement, which is that kind of internal GPS. The vestibular system is found in your inner ear. You have one on both sides. It helps you to know about where your body is in space. I use the vestibular, the scooter board for that, okay? Help with that. I teach parents how to make swings. So some swings are fancy, like I grabbed this one off of Amazon. It's just a regular sling swing. I am able to throw this up over the branch of a tree or attach it by a rope over their overhang in their patio, or maybe they don't have the money for that. And so we can make a trapeze swing out of PVC pipe and some rope. And I just add on the carabiners on the end and teach the parents all the things that they can do with a trapeze swing. Fun slides are great. These are great for, again, strength and coordination, balance, working on all that core musculature that they really need, kids need, in order to perform fine motor and handwriting activities every day, or self-care activities, because if they don't have that core strength, they don't have that postural stability, then they're their handwriting doesn't look good, right? It's messy, or it's hard to read, or they can't get it out. So I use fun slides, or sometimes I'll use paper plates because some kids can't afford fun slides, right? And they don't have these at their house. So we find adaptive ways to make sure that they can be able to carry through the home program that I'm teaching them in their own home, at their own pace, with their parents right there, and then being able to really just integrate it right into their home situation. So there's lots more in the back of my trunk here, but I also have stuff that I bring from my basement. And as a matter of fact, sometimes I bring nothing, and I really work with parents on what they have in the home and really look at their environment and how they can change their environment so that their children can be successful in all of the activities of daily living that they need. And I think one of those activities of daily living really is human occupations, just finding something that is intrinsic to their child and what they really like. And so I'll use, in order to help them with that, I use a play-based assessment. It's a kid play profile. It goes through all the different things that kids like or don't like to do, and then we explore those things and think of ways that we can break down the activities so that the child can be successful in it, and their parents feel successful too. That results in better carryover and better results. So I hope you all enjoyed my exploration of my trunk, and to let you know that you can always contact me at Brooke at TheraPeepsOT.com, or you can call me at 410-212-1295. I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. Bye-bye.